At the meeting. We're getting there. We are getting there. And now we are on the YouTubes. And let's do this. And we're going to start the show. Hi. Hello there. I'm James Lott Jr. This is the Why Not Me Spotlight here on JLJ Media. I'm going to see if we're on live for sure. It looks like we are. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're back again for another week. I did it live last week, so thank you very much for watching. I was very surprised. People actually tuned in. I was very, very happy about that. Thank you for that. I don't know how long we're going to do this live. This show is normally just a spotlight show. We spotlight people and places and things about the young and the restless on CBS. I do a lot of interviews on this show. You guys have been really showing up for the interviews. Hi, Mary. First person. Hi, Mary. So I'm just very happy to have people on here to join me. Hi, Kenneth Clark. This show literally is a spotlight. So I'm not going to recap every storyline that happened this week on Young and Restless. I'm going to recap some of the ones that I really want to talk about that I thought were very interesting. And maybe you did too. Hi, Coco Candy One. You guys are watching. Thank you. I'm so happy you guys are in here on this Sunday morning, last week of October. I had no sponsorship for Starbucks, so I'm going to cover it up a little bit. I'm drinking a hot white chocolate. Very interesting. It's good. I had a little breakfast. Well, how you guys saying hi to each other? So, okay. So this show, we're going to talk about some stuff. Oh, before I start, follow us on Facebook at JNJ. It hasn't kicked in yet. JLJ Media's YNR I had to change the name 5 times because I keep getting whatever, people won't like me. And on the Instagrams at Young and Restless Spotlight. You're going to follow us there. We have some fun stuff. People are totally engaging and having a good time on that Instagram page. So thank you. And all the YNR groups, thank you so much for letting me post this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to talk about literally maybe 4 or 5 things that happened this week that I really wanted to bring up and talk to you about. We're going to start out. Hi, Kristen Marie. We're going to start out about, Ken Clark. That's the one I'm going to start out with. The Amanda, Devon, Elena, Nate fallout. First of all, I like it because it's a soapy storyline. It's super soapy. It's a super soap staple. And it involves Black folks. And they're a race that doesn't get to do with it. And I always talk about that. There's times when not every storyline for a minority character, whether it's Latino, Black, Asian. Let me see what's going on here. It's a little better. I just feel like I'm just like blown out or something. I think I'm blown. We'll do it this way. Add a little drama. I like that it doesn't have to do with race. Like it's a storyline. Just happens that the characters are brown. Love it. I think that's one of the best things you can do. Craft a good story. I think also because Devon and Elena in real life, Brittany Sarpy, my buddy, and Brighton James are together in real life, it adds some sort of drama to this. It does. And I think that's in the emotions. I gotta say, Brittany Sarpy, my girl, check out our interview here. Why Not Me Spotlight. It's on the playlist here on JLJ Media. She was so good. And when you guys watched General Hospital, we didn't see none of this on General Hospital. None of this. No. Hi, Susan. We didn't see none of this. I got to see acting chops in Brittany I've never seen before. And I loved it. I was here for it. I'm like, when she had to tell, she was chomping at the bit. She was so nervous to tell Devon what happened, but she had to tell him. Even though it's his whole business person of the year thing and all that, which I have to mention, I wrote this down. What did I write? There was a funny moment with Phyllis. Her glittery burgundy dress had me, I was like, good on her. And she had a funny thing with the headset when she was talking to Nick. It was kind of fun. And it was just you agree. It was just that they had a regular soap storyline. Just happens that they were Black. I love that. That was kind of funny, but it was a great backdrop to something big. That's that's soapy also, of course. To have storyline happen around an event. Amanda, letting everybody know she broke up with Nate. They don't know why she broke up with him. It was soapy goodness. And to me, the performer of the week was Brittany Sarpy. She really did deliver. She delivered. She delivered. That's the best thing I say. I mean, just the regret. It's one of those things as a regular person out there. Okay, all you guys are regular people, right? Regular person out there. There's no reason for you to sleep with somebody else. Even if you're upset about something, you have a close moment, you don't sleep with people. You just don't. In real life doesn't really happen very much. It happens on Jerry Springer. It happens on scripted television. So you have to kind of suspend belief on that, not have, get rid of that whole thing. And so minus that, you could see her regret on her face. But there's something, you never sleep with somebody sometimes with no feeling. There's something there. And I think in Amanda and Devon, because of the past with Hillary and Devon, there's automatic chemistry. Like you see it. It's automatically there. And it makes for a good triangle, quadrangle, whatever words you want to use. So it's not that clear cut. The whole thing, the setup, the fallout since then, it's like, what happens now? Like, where do they go from here? Like, really, where do they go from here? Like, what happens? This is crazy. I've noticed some of you guys, I gotta change my name to James Lott Jr. I was like, I was looking at it going, my video going, I need to change my name. I'll do it afterwards, I guess. So I'm looking at it going, that's not my name. My name is James Lott Jr. So I just noticed that. I thought it was good. We knew it was coming. Devon punches Nate and actually hurts his hand. And he's a doctor. That's a very interesting twist. They had all that blood. I was like, okay, they really decided to go there. So I thought it's very, very interesting. So that's just very interesting. So I thought, great job by everybody. Good job with this whole thing. And I'm curious to see, well, what happens now. And if Weinhardt does what they usually do, they'll switch some things up. There'll be some longings. Amanda, has other options out there too. So I just, again, what I'm seeing is I feel like they're making Devon, I don't know if you guys agree with this or not, into a full-on leading man, which I'm all for. I mean, he should be a leading man. He should be Christophe St. John, basically. He should be, no one can replace him, of course, but I mean, in terms of, he's a black man on the show, been on the show for a long time, has history, and move up to leading man status. I mean, he's been getting there for years, and I think they're really now putting him in that position, which I'm all for, folks. So I see you guys are saying the same thing. You guys agree. Not to those scenes. Elena and Lola are friends. I know, I didn't know, I had no idea either. So I guess it's just like, here we go. Which I'm not mad at that. It's funny about soaps. Soaps are very interesting because they don't show a lot of the little moments. Some soaps do really well. And I always say this, and I don't know if you guys agree with me. Sometimes I'm like, just show one little scene. Just one little scene that will kind of connect things and we'll be so much happier. I think maybe you guys can agree with me on that. Where it's just like, show them having lunch, having a drink. It could be a 2-minute scene. It doesn't be anything much more than that. And just like, hi Mysterio. Ooh, that name. And that kind of will connect. I would say, so I have Lola and Elena, let them get together. Let them go shopping or something. Like a quick scene, a lot of times will help fans go, oh, okay, got it. I really do think that. I think that's something that sometimes is lacking. Some shows do that, and sometimes they'll do that. But if you really want us to feel the relationships. It's like, you know, yes, happy birthday to Doug Davidson, who played Paul Williams. Mysterio says they wish he had him back. I know, they don't have him back. They just have to expand Lola so it doesn't seem like she's always in the kitchen with Kyle, which is a good idea, right? If they want to keep Lola, they have to expand her universe, right? They have to. That's just they have to do that, or else she just kind of flounders around. And mentioning Lola, how are you guys feeling about this whole Summer skulking around, not trusting Kyle? She confronted Lola while skulking around, like, I'm not a fan of the storyline, to tell you the truth. I'm just not a fan. I think it's contrived. I just think that there's other things they could do to give them some problems. I think they should have married Kyle and Summer. I see somebody say they hi Daisy Flower. You said that they're dull and old. Sorry, dull. I agree. I feel like they should just go ahead and get them married. That causes conflict because he's an Abbott, she's a Newman. Just have that going, and then I mean, we got here, you guys. Here it is, you guys. Kenneth Clark is, these like several seats. They always want young love on soaps. They always want young love. That's always a staple on soaps. They're never gonna get rid of that, right? They're just never gonna get rid of that. They're just not going to. And sometimes it's done right, and sometimes it bugs the crap out of us. And so I think a lot of you guys are like, yeah, it bugs. They should end the story. I agree with you, Coco Candy One and Kenneth, all you guys. I'm just like, I don't know. It's not anything mind blowing. It's just kind of like, okay, we do. We need people to, we need them to move along. Kyle is so much more interesting in other stories. See, I always thought they're going to try to do this young love. I always thought Kyle should have an older woman storyline. I feel like Kyle has those kind of ways. They never really fully explored that. I thought I like him trying to be in the boardroom. I like him trying to stand up to Jack. I like him trying to live up to Jack and all that. I like that part. But I mean, Kyle and Summer, I don't mind together. I just don't care for this part of the storyline. It just does nothing for me. And Lola's fine. I mean, she doesn't do anything. I'm not for or against her. Sasha Calle is, she's pretty and she's doing her job. I just don't have anything. I just feel like the story isn't strong enough. I need more. And I feel like it seems like you guys need more too, it sounds like. Right. We just need more. It's just it's just like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything. Lola is raised only family president. Well, here's what's funny. Because they got rid of everybody, the family, which they brought this Rosales and they got rid of them, which I don't understand that whole thing. They had some really talented actors and actresses on there. And Eva LaRue actually won an Emmy for her portrayal. And you can watch our interview on Why Not Ring Spotlight. It's on the playlist on JLJ Media. It's just like she's there. Her and Ray are just there. I mean, I just, yeah. Doesn't grab me as much either. I'm just kind of like, yeah. I guess doesn't do anything for me either. I'm there. I'm right there with you. It just kind of falls flat. But mentioning Sharon, because Susan Russo says Lola is Ray's only family present. She should have wished Sharon well, spent some time with her before her 2 surgeries. She should have went over there. I don't know why she's not involved in any of that. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Speaking of that, Sharon got her family together and she had good news, which we're always happy to have. She's on her way to being cancer free. Mariah was hilariously excited. I love Mariah. She was just like, she was in. She was all in. Just made me laugh. But Faith, which I talked about this on online on the channels that I'm on. Ava Lind is doing such a great job. What's her name correctly? As Faith. We're watching her grow up. And the actress is we're watching her grow up. And I think she's doing a phenomenal job. Again, they find these actors, these child actors are great. And we don't know what's going on with her. She's skulking around, she's texting somebody, all this stuff. But I feel like this is teenage stuff. Again, this is what I love, folks. You tell me how you feel about this. When they do all these pregnancies and all these babies between characters, I always wonder later what would happen if, what would happen if they grow up? What kind of kids would they be if they came from these messed up families? Nick and Sharon have been messed up for years, off and on. They're civil now and everything. That's great. But they've had a lot of problems. So I always wondered, like how would that work? I think we're finding out some of these kids as they grow up, kind of how they're turning out. I like the actress. Do not Soraz her, do not age her. Keep the actress, just keep her going. I think she's doing great. Part of the stuff I feel, and I don't know if the writer's doing this or not, if you see it yourself, is that she is reacting to the uncertainty. She's a kid. She's nervous. I think part of it is uncertainty. But she's also a budding teenager. She's growing into herself, and there's all kinds of stuff going on there. Faith has not confronted Adam. So that could, how universes does sometimes. They may go on for years with something before they do anything. Yeah, I know. She's fragile right now. The homegirl is fragile. She is like, having it. So I just think I'm liking it though. See, Cameron Grimes is a great example, who was Cassie, and now she's the wonderful Mariah. She's a great actress, nice person, great actress. I agree with you, Kenneth Clark. She totally grew up on it. And there's something about that. There's something about seeing them. I mean, look at Nick. Look at, oh my God, what am I his name? Joshua Moore plays Nick. He was a young man, teenager when he started. And look at him, he's a leading man. So there's something to be said about that. There's something to be said about that. So I am all for them, keeping them where they are, because it's just like, come on, keep them, let them grow up a little bit if they can. So I'm all for it. That's a good one. So we'll see if Sharon and Ray's wedding happens. That's a big deal now. So we'll see if that happens. Ray's out there to help Chance, that whole thing. Abby and Chance talking about having a baby. How do you guys feel about that? Are you guys okay with that? Are you not okay with that? Is it like, is this crazy talk? Like, how are you feeling about that? Because it's kind of, and Heather Tom. A lot of them talking about having a baby. Dina's death really exemplified that for her. So I understand that. I understand kind of feeling that way. And the way her mother had her, another story by itself. I think it's interesting. So yeah, so I think that's something. Another boring couple. That's so funny. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's whatever it is. I mean, Sharon Case sells it every time. She does. Every time she's on screen, she sells it. I always give it to her, because homegirl has a hard, tough job out there. Yes, she does. Nina, I'd love to have Nina back on the show. Oh my God, I would love to have Nina back on the show. Trisha Cass, bring her on. She's a great actress. Bring her on. I haven't noticed the accent thing. There's another show that I watch where the accent kills me. The person's accent keeps coming out. Trust me, I can't do accents, and I'm not going to try to pretend I can. But I'm like, you're hired to do a job. A little shady Sunday for you guys. You're hired to do a job. You need to get that accent in check. That's another story. Yeah, Sharon Case is good. Sharon, I told her, I talked to her, she sells it. I said, girl, you sell it. But they throw Sharon all kinds of doozies. They do all the time. They throw her all kinds of stuff, and she makes it work. Right? She makes it work. She do. Tell you that, kid, she does. She make it work. No, everybody's at the show. So I'm being shady. So Shady Sunday. 1 second. I'm going to answer the phone live on camera. It's my mother. I think it's something interesting. Yes, Benita?
James Lott Jr., we're on our way to you from where I'm coming from.
So I just want to tell you something. You are live on air with James Lott Jr. doing my show. So this is my mother, everybody. She's dropping something off for me. So you have to lead up front because I'm doing a show for the next like 15, 20 minutes. I'm still doing the show.
Well, you better find somewhere to come get this stuff.
So you guys, everybody, we'll see that. We'll see what happens in a second. So good night, goodbye, Benita. Talk to you later.
Good night, people.
Bye. So that was my mother. She is dropping off some groceries for me. So I told her when I was doing the show, and she didn't pay attention. But you know, it's mothers. They don't pay attention. You got to do whatever they tell you, right? I tell her I'm doing the show right now. I can't. I can't go to the front door. I'm like, can you just leave it out there? Just hi to all you guys. That's Miss Benita, my mother. It's like this is live television, folks. Live television. The show I was talking about was Days of Our Lives. If you watch Days of Our Lives, you know the character I'm talking about. Before our mother comes, I want to get a couple things out. Gloria's back. Hilarious. Julia Chapman is a genius. She is the guy. Your mom's calling from Walmart. See, there you go. She's a genius. Bring her back on. She hid something. What did she hide at the Chancellor House? But she's Grandma Glow. I love that name for her. Grandma Glow. Love it, love it, love it. She's working in Hollywood, wherever that is. She's hiding in the house. So I just thought that was amazingly great. That was a wonderful thing. I don't, the moms, like you can't, I mean, she's doing something nice for you guys. She's actually picked up some items that I needed because I'm here doing shows all day today. So I have to get to concede to the moms. So anyway, and then that was funny. We'll see what happens there. And the last storyline I just want to kind of touch on was the aftermath of Dina's death. We talked about Dina's death last week. Amazing. Now I get the aftermath. Yeah, we went Gloria and Jack, but do you guys see chemistry between Jack and Lauren? If I'm correct, historians, I don't think Jack and Lauren have ever been together. Somebody needs to correct me. I can't remember. I don't think they've been together ever. I don't think they have. So that's something to think about. So I don't know. That's why I saw that. But I thought wonderful scenes. Kyle and him. Yeah, Jack and Lauren, and they're age appropriate too. They're longtime friends. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, Theo getting pissed. Theo. See, I don't know. You guys tell me. Kenneth Clark, tell me. Did they date in college? I can't remember. So that's what I'm saying. I don't remember. I don't know. You didn't, Daily Flower, you didn't feel the death versus GH? I sobbed like a baby. I sobbed at the GH one. I sobbed at this one. Also, ALZ.org is an Alzheimer's organization. ALZ.org. So that's something, like I said, I'm dealing with right now. So, but Theo was pissed. He is her grandchild, and because he's not an Abbott, they did not. I know things happened all of a sudden, but he has a right to feel upset and feel left out. I think Theo was completely justified. All the talks, the couple of days with Ashley and Tracy and all them talking about the lie, it felt so real. It felt so realistic. And I just thought, this is crazy talk. It's almost like I forgot it was scripted. It was so quiet. It was yes, and Christian J. LeBlanc with his silver hair looks great. He and I are around the same age. He's a little, maybe he's like slightly older than I am. We're around the same age. So he's holding it down for us guys in our 50s. They take that, kids. His hair looks great. I would say that. But the talks were real. Everything was great. I just thought it was such a wonderful afterwards. I know the necklace done. I know it's going to be very interesting going forward, and making Theo feel like an outsider is an interesting way to go. Good storyline for soap, very soapy, right? But I do think, again, amazing. The flashbacks with Jack and Dina when she was younger and his regret. Oh, it was so good. She was a complicated woman. If you watched her on Restless over the years, she was not a saint. She was a complicated woman. And this shows that life, and same with Mike on GH, he was a complicated man, that for all of us, when it comes to our parents or grandparents, things aren't black and white. And people aren't one-dimensional. That's what I like about this. They're not one-dimensional. So all the feelings that are happening are true. So great job, YNR, I think, with this one especially. Those are my favorite. So your mom wants to know my favorite Young and Restless, David Kimball, Sheila Carter, Isabella. And I'm a Sheila person all the way, all day, every day. And I met Kimberly Brown. That's my girl. 2 soaps. Love Sheila. David Kimball was a great storyline. When they had killer on his face, he was trying to change his face. That was hilarious. He got killed in that trash compactor. And I liked Homegirl Isabella. Thought she was good, but Sheila Carter all day. After everything, I like how each of her children came to terms with Dina, and which is something, Susan, I had to come to terms with my parents. They're still alive. As clearly my mother's still alive. But I had to come to terms with my parents and how they were with me and us siblings. And I had to come to terms with my own parenting with my kids. It's a great thing to kind of reconcile, because I had a grandmother die that I didn't get a chance to reconcile with her when she died, and it haunts me for like 20 years. And I finally worked it out, and I don't wish it on anybody. Do not let that happen to you. But we all have to. No one is one-dimensional. That's the thing, and especially when you're the child in the equation. And when I say child, I mean you're the children of no matter what age you are. It's tough. It's tough. I totally agree with that. How do I feel about Summer? I like Summer. I have no problem with her. I like Hunter King. I like her on both shows she does for CBS, Life in Pieces and this. She's Phyllis and Nick's daughter. So to me, when they write her well, she does strike the balance. I like to see more of her feisty side, like Phyllis, come out, and it did for a while, and then he kind of stopped it again. And so, like I said, this storyline grabbed me, but I don't mind the character. I like her sweet relationship with Jack. I like that her and Jack are still close, even though he thought that was her daughter for a while. It's realistic to me. So I like them. I do. You guys, I hate to do this to you guys, but I have to end the show. I'm like, and it's been a half hour. I want to keep talking to you guys, but I have to end the show because my mother, because she decided to do this. But I think we covered the main ones we covered all the storylines I wanted to cover. So those are the ones I wanted to cover and talk to you about. And they were good. YNR was good. So I want to tell you guys, so stay tuned. Come back to JLJ Media at Soap Sundays here. We have the Bone Beef with Me Spotlight, and boy, do we have a lot to say. Me, Amanda Russ, and Tango V have a lot to say this week about Bold and the Beautiful. Oh my goodness. That will be on at 12 noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Whew, we got a lot. And then at 1:30, join us live for Daytime Today, Tammy Govea and Candace Mack. And then at 6 p.m., we have the Port Charles Update girls, Melanie and Michelle, joining us. So it's going to be 2 separate podcasts together talking General Hospital. Please let Nell be dead. Just let Nell lie where she lie. Oh my goodness. It's like we got to deal with her. But that's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Daylight Time. And we turn the clocks back soon. We won't be on next week because I'm taking the week off. We'll be back November, I think it's 8th. So